There's a quiet heartbreak that many women over 50 carry, but rarely talk about. The moment they run their fingers through their hair and see more strands left behind than ever before. It's not just hair, it's confidence, it's identity, it's the gentle reminder that time is changing us, even when our spirit feels the same. Thinning, shedding, breakage. These aren't just cosmetic concerns. They affect how we show up in the world, how we feel in front of the mirror, and how we carry our stories on our shoulders. But here's the truth. It's never too late to take back control. You don't need magic potions or expensive salon treatments. What your hair really needs is thoughtful, consistent care. Small, intentional steps that respect the changes happening within your body while helping your hair thrive. In this video, we'll walk through 5 simple but powerful steps designed specifically for women over 50 to reduce hair fall, strengthen the roots, and restore vitality from root to tip. Whether you're seeing the first signs of loss or you've been battling it for years, these steps are a roadmap back to feeling like yourself again. Stronger, softer, more radiant. Step 1. Cleanse with care. Shampooing without harming your hair. For years, we've been told that clean hair is healthy hair, but as we age, the very way we wash our hair could be doing more harm than good, stripping away vital moisture, weakening follicles, and accelerating breakage. For women over 50, it's no longer just about how often you wash your hair, but how gently you do it. Picture this. Marlene, 57, stood in her bathroom one morning with a heavy heart. The drain was clogged, again. Not with soap or makeup wipes, but her own hair. She used to have thick chestnut waves that danced in the sunlight. But now, the strands felt fragile, dry, and lifeless. She'd tried switching shampoos, even added collagen to her smoothies, but nothing seemed to help. The truth, her hair wasn't failing her. Her washing routine was, here's why cleansing with care becomes step 1 in reclaiming your hair's strength after 50. First, ditch the squeaky clean mindset. Hair that squeaks after washing is actually crying for help. It's been stripped of all its natural oils. And for mature hair, those oils are precious. Choose a gentle, sulfate-free shampoo that respects your scalp's changing chemistry. Look for ingredients like biotin, niacinamide, or aloe vera, which cleanse while nourishing. Second, it's not just about what you use, but how you use it. Many women unknowingly damage their hair by scrubbing too roughly. Fingertips, not nails, should massage the scalp. Picture a calm, circular motion, like you're waking up the roots with a soft whisper, not a shout. Then comes the rinse. Never use hot water. Heat opens the cuticle too much and causes dryness. Instead, use lukewarm water to cleanse and finish with a cool rinse to help close the cuticles, lock in shine, and reduce frizz. It's a mini spa moment you gift to your scalp every time. One of the most overlooked details. Towel drying. Most of us wrap our hair in a tight turban or rub it vigorously, 2 things that are brutal for fragile strands. Instead, use a microfiber towel or a soft cotton t-shirt, and gently squeeze out excess water without twisting or pulling. Finally, consistency is key. Don't overwash. Washing 2-3 times a week is plenty for most women over 50, especially if you're not exposed to sweat or heavy product use daily. Let your scalp reestablish its balance, and you may be surprised by how much stronger your hair begins to feel. Cleansing with care is about creating a ritual, not a chore. It's about shifting from autopilot to awareness, from scrubbing to nurturing. When you treat your scalp like skin and your strands like silk, your hair responds in kind. Less breakage, more shine, and a confidence that grows with every wash. Step 2. Deep nourishment. Strengthening the hair from within. If washing your hair is like cleaning the soil before planting, then deep nourishment is the fertilizer, the rich, loving step that gives your hair the strength to grow, shine, and endure. For women over 50, this step becomes not just beneficial, but essential. By this stage in life, our hair naturally becomes thinner, drier, and more prone to breakage. The follicles produce less sebum, the strands retain less protein, and external stressors, Heat styling, coloring, sun exposure compound the damage. You may find that your once thick braid now feels more like a whisper against your back. And that change, while natural, doesn't have to be permanent or hopeless. Let's go back to Marlene. After she changed how she washed her hair, she started noticing less hair in the drain. Encouraged, she began researching how to make her hair feel fuller again. That's when she discovered something she had never taken seriously: deep conditioning. Not the 2-minute rinse you rush through in the shower. Not the leave-in cream that smells nice but vanishes by lunch. What her hair truly needed was deep, intentional nourishment, a moment of stillness and moisture, just for her. Here's how you nourish aging hair from the inside out. First, incorporate a deep conditioning treatment at least once a week. Look for masks or balms specifically formulated for mature or damaged hair. The key ingredients to look for: keratin, collagen, amino acids, argan oil, castor oil, or vitamin E. These fortify the cuticle layer, restore elasticity, and give your strands the resilience they once had. Apply the mask generously from mid-length to ends, the oldest part of your hair, and comb through gently with a wide-tooth comb to distribute evenly. Then, wrap your hair in a warm towel or use a thermal cap for 15–30 minutes. That gentle heat helps open the hair shaft and allows nutrients to sink deeper. Think of it as feeding your roots with patience and warmth. And don't skip the scalp care. The scalp is where it all begins, and it often gets overlooked. Massaging a scalp serum with peptides or caffeine can stimulate circulation and encourage follicle activity. A weekly gentle exfoliation with a scalp scrub can also remove buildup, allowing nourishing treatments to work more effectively. Another deep nourishment trick: overnight oiling. Once or twice a month, apply a lightweight oil like jojoba, sweet almond, or grapeseed oil to your hair before bed. Braid loosely and sleep on a silk pillowcase. By morning, you'll find your strands feeling softer, shinier, and more pliable. This practice, though old-fashioned, carries a sense of ritual, one that honors your hair as something worth cherishing. Also consider your environment. Dry air pollution and harsh water can undo all your hard work. Use a shower filter to remove chlorine and metals from your water. Run a humidifier in your bedroom during winter. Small adjustments like these protect your efforts and help your hair stay hydrated longer. Lastly, understand that nourishment isn't instant. It's a compounding investment. Week after week, as your strands drink in the moisture, as your scalp reawakens, your hair begins to transform, not just in texture, but in how it makes you feel. It becomes a symbol of how you care for yourself. Marlene didn't just get her volume back, she got her confidence back. And every Sunday evening, as she applied her mask, wrapped her towel, and manit, and let the oils work their magic, she realized something profound. Aging may change the hair, but care can change the story. Step 3. Shielding from heat and sun. Hair's invisible enemies. You can follow the gentlest wash routine and the richest deep treatments, but if you step outside or plug in that curling iron without protection, it's like wrapping a gift in silk and then throwing it into the rain. For women over 50, heat and sun damage are among the top silent saboteurs of hair health, and they strike daily, often without us noticing. As we age, our hair's natural defense system weakens. The cuticle, the outer layer that once sealed in moisture and shielded from UV rays, becomes thinner and more porous. Combine that with frequent blow-drying, flat ironing, or even standing under a sunny sky too long, and your hair becomes brittle, faded, and prone to splitting. And here's the cruel irony. Often, we use heat or sun to look better, yet without protection, we pay a long-term price in breakage and dullness. Take Susan, 61, for example. She loved her soft waves and couldn't imagine a week without her favorite curling wand. But one day at the salon, her stylist gently lifted a section of her hair and said, "It's time to give your hair a break." That was the moment Susan realized that despite all her efforts with expensive masks and scalp massages, her constant styling heat was quietly undoing the progress. So how do we defend our hair like it deserves? Let's start with heat styling tools. Whether it's a blow dryer, flat iron, or curling wand, heat above 350 degrees can cause lasting damage to aging hair. The first step? Invest in a quality heat protectant spray, not just a generic serum, but a real thermal barrier. Look for products with ingredients like silicones, in moderation, hydrolyzed proteins, panthenol, or UV filters. These form a protective layer around the shaft and help reduce moisture loss during heat exposure. Before using any hot tool, make sure your hair is completely dry. Styling damp hair is like ironing wet silk. It's not just ineffective, it's destructive. Use the lowest heat setting that still gives you the result you want, and always work in sections to minimize repeated passes over the same area. Now to the great outdoors. Many women don't realize that UV rays affect hair like they do skin. They break down the protein structure, fade color, and dry out strands. And the damage is cumulative. If you walk your dog every morning, or garden for an hour daily, the sun slowly drains the life from your hair, especially at the crown. Protection here comes in simple layers. UV protectant sprays or leave-in conditioners with SPF equivalents are your first line of defense. Wide-brimmed hats, especially in light fabrics like cotton or straw, not only shield your scalp but also protect your face and eyes. A bonus for skin, too. For swimmers, wet your hair with clean water before swimming so it absorbs less chlorine or salt water, and rinse immediately afterward. If you color your hair, sun exposure can lead to brassiness or fading, especially in lighter tones. Use color-protecting products that contain antioxidants and UV filters to preserve tone. Bonus: many of these products add shine and softness too. Back to Susan. She didn't give up her waves entirely, but she started using a heat protectant religiously, cut back to styling just twice a week, and wore her wide-brimmed gardening hat like a queen. Within a month, her stylist noticed fewer split ends and more bounce. Susan felt empowered, because it wasn't about giving up beauty routines, it was about choosing them wisely. Hair after 50 isn't fragile because it's aging, it's just more honest. It shows the truth of how we treat it. And when we protect it from heat and light, we're not just saving strands, we're honoring our wisdom, our years, and the beauty that shines from within. Step 4. Nourish from within. The diet and supplements that support strong hair. You can use the finest serums, apply weekly masks, and be religious about trimming split ends. But if your body isn't getting the right building blocks, your hair won't grow stronger. After 50, the most overlooked yet most powerful form of hair care begins not in a bottle, but on your plate. Let's be clear, aging doesn't mean you're destined for thin, brittle hair. But your body does change. Hormonal shifts, especially during menopause, can reduce estrogen and impact collagen levels. Blood flow to the scalp decreases, the natural oil production slows, and if your nutrition can't keep up, your hair sends out warning signs: shedding, dryness, slow growth, or even scalp discomfort. Meet Ellen, 64, a retired librarian who was puzzled by her hair's sudden rebellion. Despite switching to expensive shampoos, cutting down heat styling, and even buying satin pillowcases, her hair kept thinning at the crown. It wasn't until a simple blood panel revealed she was low in iron and vitamin D that the real solution emerged. Hair, at its core, is protein, specifically keratin. To produce it effectively, your body needs protein-rich foods like lean meat, fish, eggs, legumes, and tofu. But it doesn't stop there. You also need iron, essential for carrying oxygen to hair follicles. Without it, follicles go dormant. Found in spinach, lentils, red meat, and fortified cereals. Vitamin D helps create new follicles and may support hormone balance. Many seniors are deficient. Get it from sunlight, salmon, egg yolks, or supplements. Omega-3 fatty acids. These reduce inflammation and promote scalp hydration. Found in fatty fish like mackerel and sardines, walnuts, flax seeds, or fish oil capsules. Biotin, vitamin B7, crucial for keratin production, found in eggs, almonds, and avocados. Zinc, helps with tissue repair and oil gland function around follicles. Found in oysters, beef, and pumpkin seeds, hydration is often underrated. Dehydrated bodies produce dull, brittle hair. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. And incorporate hydrating foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and citrus. Now, about supplements. They're not magic pills, but when used wisely, they're powerful allies, especially for women over 50. A targeted multivitamin that includes B-complex, iron, zinc, and vitamin D can make a difference. Collagen peptides are another favorite. They don't just help skin. They're known to improve hair thickness and scalp elasticity. But a gentle word of advice: always consult your doctor before starting new supplements, especially if you're on medication or managing conditions like thyroid issues or diabetes. Ellen took a slow but steady path. She began adding salmon to her dinners, snacked on nuts instead of cookies, and took a vitamin D supplement daily. Within 4 months, her stylist noticed baby hairs along her hairline, a quiet comeback she hadn't expected. More importantly, she felt better overall, more energetic, less foggy, and confident that her hair wasn't just a cosmetic issue. It was a reflection of how she was nourishing her whole body. Hair is not just a style, it's a signal. What grows from your scalp is a story of how you're feeding, hydrating, and caring for the vessel that carries you through life. And after 50, that story can be stronger, shinier, and more radiant than ever when you begin from within. Step 5. Maintain the rhythm. Weekly, monthly hair routine. After 50, consistency is the silent architect of transformation. After 50, your hair needs more than occasional rescue. It needs a steady rhythm. One thoughtful wash, one miracle mask, or one magic serum won't change your hair's destiny. But what you do every week, every month, over and over again, that's where the magic lives. The truth is, our bodies thrive on rhythm. The heartbeat, the breath, the sleep-wake cycle. Hair, too, follows a natural rhythm of growth and rest. But stress, aging, and environmental disruptions throw that cycle off balance. What brings it back? Gentle, consistent care. Think of it not as maintenance, but as a ritual. Let's take a look at a simple but powerful routine designed especially for women over 50. Realistic, doable, and soul-soothing. Weekly hair care rhythm, 1 to 2 times week. Gentle shampoo. Scalp massage. Use a sulfate-free, moisturizing shampoo. Focus on massaging your scalp with your fingertips in small circular motions for 3 to 5 minutes. This stimulates blood flow and awakens dormant follicles. 1 time/week. Deep conditioning. Treatment. Choose a rich, nourishing hair mask with proteins, oils, and moisture-sealing ingredients. Apply from mid-length to ends. Wrap your hair in a warm towel for at least 20 minutes. Make it a Sunday ritual, tea in hand, quiet music in the background, 1 time week. Scalp care session. Alternate between a gentle exfoliating scrub and a scalp serum with peptides, niacinamide, or caffeine. This clears buildup and boosts circulation. Monthly hair care rhythm, 1 to 2 times month. Protein rebuilding. Mask or collagen treatment. Especially helpful if your hair feels limp or breaks easily. Too much protein can make hair brittle, so alternate with moisturizing masks. 1 time/month. Overnight oil treatment. Choose jojoba, sweet almond, or argan oil. Warm it slightly and apply it through the ends. Braid your hair loosely, sleep on a silk pillowcase, and rinse gently the next morning. Every 4 to 6 weeks. Trim the ends. Even if you're growing your hair, regular trims prevent split ends from creeping up and weakening the whole strand. Additional tips to sync your hair with your life. Hormonal rhythms. Matter. Track your energy, sleep, or skin changes. You may find that during certain times of the month, your scalp feels oilier or more sensitive. Adjust your routine accordingly. Adapt with the seasons. In winter, add heavier oils and deep hydration. In summer, focus on UV protection and lighter products. Life events matter. 2. After illness, travel, or major stress, Scale back to gentler products and prioritize scalp care. The ritual, not the routine. For Janet, 58, her hair care used to be a burden. She dreaded wash days, but once she stopped rushing and started treating it like self-care, it transformed. Every Wednesday morning, she deep cleansed her scalp and played classical music. Every Sunday, she wore her hair mask like a crown and journaled while it soaked in. Her grays looked shinier. Her strands felt bouncier. More than anything, she felt rooted again. To her body, to time, to herself. That's the power of rhythm. Hair doesn't need perfection, it needs presence. And by embracing a weekly and monthly ritual that flows with your life, you're giving your hair and your spirit something more beautiful than just strength. You're giving it grace. Hair after 50 doesn't have to mean giving up. It can mean finally learning how to listen, how to treat each strand with the patience and care we often forget to give ourselves. These 5 steps aren't about chasing youth. They're about honoring the woman you are today, with softness, strength, and a new sense of self-respect. Whether you're massaging your scalp, choosing a nourishing meal, or taking a quiet moment for your weekly mask, know this. You are not just caring for hair. You are nurturing confidence, dignity, and joy that grows from within.